Hello, readers. Welcome to reading class with me, Miss Taylor. I'm glad you're here. All right, are we ready to read? Do we have our textbook, bookmark, workbook, pencil? Check, check, check. If you don't have those things, please pause the video. You can go and get them and come back. We're going to remember to track with our finger, to read each word carefully, and pay attention to end marks. Some of our goals for today, we're going to read with accuracy and expression. We're going to understand what's happening in the story. We're going to make connections to characters' feelings and enjoy the story. All right, we know that reading is thinking. There's so many things that are going on in our brains as we are reading. We are making connections and visualizing and asking questions and summarizing and predicting. All these awesome things are going on in our brains as we are reading. So, we are also learning new words as we read. So our vocabulary sentence, our newest vocabulary sentence is lava erupted from the volcano's crater. Ooh. So lava is that hot melted rock. Erupted means kind of spit out or coughed out. And then the crater is kind of that dent at the top of the volcano. Lava erupted from the volcano's crater. Yikes. Alrighty. Let's see our new words for today. We have our little word list here. And so would you please follow along with me? We are on lesson 63 in our books. And let's go ahead and follow along on column number 1, list number 1. Word 1 is manage. What word? Yeah, if you manage to do something, you work hard until you do it. Here's another way of saying she worked hard until she fixed the pipe. She managed to fix the pipe. Yeah, so if you work hard at something and then you finally do it, oh, I managed to do it. I was able to do it. Word 2 is numb. What word? Yeah, numb. When you kind of lose feeling in a part of your body, like if you're outside too long without any gloves or mittens and your fingers get kind of numb, you can lose feeling. Word 3 is swallow. What word? Word 4 is vehicle. What word? Nice job. Let's try it the fast way. Manage. Numb. Swallow. Vehicle. Nice job. Column 2. In column 2, these words are made up of more than one syllable, and the first part is underlined. We're going to go ahead and do this the fast way, but if you would like to pause the video and practice reading it one part at a time, that would be a prudent idea. Overhang. Close up. Restless. Suitcase. Red hot. Butterflies. Nice job. And column 3. Column 3, let's do this one the fast way as well. Word 1 is crater. Splattered. Strings. Bubbling. Crackle. Warned. Tingles. Nice job. All right, so let's go ahead and find part B in our textbooks. Ooh, a trip to the volcano. All right. So please follow along with me, either with your finger or a bookmark as we read. A trip to the volcano. The temperature outside the space station was almost 200 degrees below zero. Oh my goodness. So if you weren't wearing a spacesuit, what would happen? Yeah, you would freeze. That is really cold. But Wendy was warm inside her spacesuit. She could look out through the helmet. She walked with Sydney toward the volcano. Little red flags were lined up along the path to mark the way to the volcano rim. The ground was crunchy, and Wendy could feel it crackle under her feet as she walked along. Ooh, kind of imagine what that would feel like and sound like walking and having it be like crackling sound. Then she suddenly thought about running. She wondered how it would feel to run where you weigh much less than you weigh on Earth. It would be kind of fun to run and feel very light because the gravity is much less on Io. So will she be able to run faster or slower, do you think? Faster. So she began running. Her first step must have covered 9 feet. What? Wait a second. Her first step must have covered 9 feet? And 1 foot is the size of a ruler, right? 12 inches, 1 foot. So 9 rulers, that's her first step. Like, woo! Wow, that would be fun. In a moment, she must have been running faster than a deer could run on Earth. And she wasn't even trying to go as fast as she could. She leaped high above the surface of Io and landed as softly as a feather. Wow, she said into her helmet. This is great. Sydney's voice answered, Yeah, watch this. Wendy turned her head and saw Sydney running next to her. Sydney was leaping very high. Then suddenly she did a somersault above the surface of the ground and landed on her feet. So she's like running, just did like a somersault, like a flip, and landed right on her feet. That's great, Wendy said. Ooh. So everybody, let's look at the picture. You can see the girls doing their tricks. Touch Sydney. So in your book, what is Sydney doing? Yeah, she's doing a somersault. What is Wendy doing? She's leaping high. She's jumping. That look like fun? Would you like to run and jump like that? That would be fun. You are using up your oxygen too fast, a voice said over Wendy's radio. There's a voice, you are using up your oxygen too fast. If you keep using it this fast, your oxygen will last only 35 minutes. The voice told Wendy how long her oxygen would last. How long would it last? Yeah, only 35 minutes, only a little more than a half an hour. So it seems like because they're running and jumping and flipping, they're using up a lot of oxygen because they're exercising and being very active. I think it would be prudent for them to slow down. I'd better take it easy, Wendy said. The voice that warned her about the oxygen was part of the spacesuit. It was the automatic radio that told how much oxygen was left. Sydney said, When we exercise very hard like that, we're using up much more oxygen than we do when we take it easy. The girls slowed to a walk and continued toward the volcano. The red flags marked a path that circled around the right side of the volcano. The rim of the volcano was over half a mile above the surface of Io, but the climb was not difficult. So why wouldn't the climb be very difficult? Yeah, there's not much gravity, so it'd be easy. It's easier to climb and run and jump. There's not so much of that pull that's pulling you down toward the surface, so you feel much lighter. Within half an hour, the girls were standing on the huge rim that circled the volcano. They looked down inside the cone-shaped crater of the volcano. Sydney said, Now I see why they call it Soup Pot. About 100 meters below the rim was lava. So try to get a picture in your mind. Try to visualize or imagine what this must have looked like. So they're looking down into the volcano. So about 100 meters below the rim was lava. Should we turn the picture? There we go. Ooh, look at that. Most of it looked gray. There were cracks running through it. The cracks went this way and that way. There were a few huge bubbling places. The bubbling lava was not gray. It was bright orange. So there's these little bubbling spots of bright orange lava. Ooh, be careful. Don't get too close to the edge. If I was here with my children, I would have to really keep an eye on, especially my 5-year-old. He'd be like, look how close I am to the edge, Mom. Ah. Okay. So the bubbling lava was not gray, it was bright orange, and it boiled up slowly, making huge bubbles that burst slowly and splattered great strings of lava on the gray surface. So imagine this bubbling hot lava and it's leaving like orange strings of lava on the gray surface. These strings would slowly turn color as they cooled. They would first turn a brown color, then they would become more and more gray until you couldn't see them anymore. So that the lava is real brightly colored, like orangish red, and that orange would, as it kind of cooled, it would turn brown, and then it would turn gray, and then it would just kind of mix into the other gray, so you couldn't really see anymore. All right, so the picture shows the girls looking down into Soup Pot. So here are the girls, and there is Soup Pot, the volcano. Everybody touch the path that goes around the rim of the volcano. See this path that goes all the way around? It's got little flags around it. And inside the volcano are gray parts with cracks running this way and that way. Touch one of the gray parts. Yeah, look at all these little gray parts. Touch a part that is bubbling. It would be like here. Bubbling up, yep. What color is the lava that's bubbling? Yeah, it's orange. Which lava is hotter, the gray lava or the orange lava? The orange, right? Yeah, the boiling lava is orange because it's so hot. Kind of looks like fire, right? Wendy knew that the lava was melted rock. When it cooled, it hardened into gray rock again. When it was boiling hot, it was like red hot mud. The crater of the volcano was very large. A city block could easily fit inside the volcano crater. A city block is like from one street to another street. Whoa. And then kind of like to the next street, kind of like a big square block. That is very, very large. The girls stood on the rim for a few minutes, watching the lava boil and splatter. Then they started to walk around the rim. The path was marked with red flags. As they started to walk, the voice came over Wendy's radio. Your oxygen supply will last 45 minutes if you keep using it as fast as you are using it. Because remember before, when they were running and flipping, they only had 35 minutes of oxygen left, and now that they're taking it easy, they're just walking now. Now, how long do they have? Yeah, 45 minutes. They have 45 minutes left of oxygen in their oxygen tanks. So that's probably a safer way to walk around Soup Pot. All right. Wendy thought, if we have 45 minutes of oxygen, we should have plenty of time to walk around the rim and get back to the space station. The girls walked around the rim until they came to a place where there was an overhang. The overhang was like a little shelf that stuck out about 3 meters over the rim. Sydney pointed to the overhang. Let's stand out on the end of that overhang, she said. Sydney, what are you thinking? Oh my goodness. So I think what they're talking about is this little spot here, this overhang. It kind of sticks out. They said about 3 meters. Yeah, so remember when we stretch our arms out, mighty meter, you stretch your arms out like this, that is about 1 meter. So it's sticking out into the volcano 3 meters. And Sydney's like, I have a good idea. Let's go out on the edge of the overhang. Sydney, what are you thinking? Oh dear. Please read the rest of the story to yourself. Get ready to answer some questions. Oh my goodness. If you're still reading, pause the video. Students, oh my goodness. What happened to the overhang when the girls were standing on the end of it? It broke off. Oh my goodness. What did Wendy do? Yeah, she grabbed a rock on the edge of the rim. What happened to Sydney? She fell. Why didn't Wendy turn around to see what happened to Sydney? Oh my goodness. She was trying to hang on to the rock. Ah, students. Oh my goodness. I hope they're okay. This is a little bit of a stressful ending to this lesson. I might have to peek to make sure they're okay. Peek. Okay. Second graders. Oh my goodness. Do you think they're going to be okay? I bet you're making some predictions about what's going to happen. I have a feeling they're going to be okay. Otherwise, this would be a very sad story. All right. What is next? You're going to reread the story on your own. You're going to answer the questions at the end of the story. You don't need to write them down, but you should be able to answer those questions. And you're going to complete your workbook. We are doing lesson 63, so it's in your workbook, page 113 and 114. And then you're going to read for 20 more minutes and have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope Sydney and Wendy are okay. What do you think? I think they're going to be okay. All right. Have a great rest of the day, scholars. Bye.